What's happening? New Twitch channel. What's going on, Kevin?
Oh man, doing this live thing.
We're doing the live thing. There's nobody watching yet, so we will.
Are we on? Yeah. What is this?
Yeah, we're on Twitch. This is how you Twitch, man. We're such amateurs. Yeah, we were gonna do this stream on our YouTube channel, and I went on like an hour ago. Very prepared here to set up the live YouTube, and it said that you need like 24-hour approval process. So I set up this Twitch channel, and I guess we're Twitchers now.
Yeah, how about that? We have Sample Gates is our first ever commenter.
Wow.
So, congrats,
Sample. Yeah, I feel like that's worth a terrible horse. We'll send you a terrible horse, Sample Gates. Okay, guys. So we'll wait for some more people to trickle in here. We're going to be unboxing our new super breed that we somehow landed with diamonds. The second ever super breed. The first one, congrats to Nakamoto's only, is Master of Chance, and I think that was level 573. Is that right, Kevin?
Yeah, that sounds right. So that is the target. Although we could talk about it. I'm actually hoping for a little lower level and what that could mean. But yeah, that's what's fun about it, right? We have no idea, which makes these things exciting.
Kevin, you said we were going to react to the chat here. I asked if we could talk about the elephant in the room, the conspiracy theory, and it's already been brought up in the chat, man. So like, I feel like we got to talk about it, because if I was on the other side, I would be thinking the same thing. Like it's like too convenient that the first 24 hours, the best stable in Zed gets a super breed from one of the best variance horses in the game. Honestly, I don't know what to say. It does seem very fishy. We certainly didn't have anything to do with it. And I know that Facundo and Ryan are really rooting for this horse to be terrible. They're hoping that we get a grandparent role on this. So like, they sincerely want us to have a terrible horse here, because they don't want us getting any stronger, and they know how it looks too. So I don't know. Like, I don't count anything out. Like, there could be somebody out there that wants to see Zed burn and somehow rig this, but I think I don't know. Like, I don't want to count anything out, but it certainly wasn't us. I promise you that, right, Kevin?
I'd say if they're trying to watch Zed burn, they missed like the real opportunity was in the same, what we call it, litter. It was Evergreen Gates and Diamonds right before that. That would have been the one of the three that would have totally broken Zed. But yeah, we weren't even going to do this breed until we set it at a price we felt good about, and we were going to take two in house and leave room for one to be taken in public. Just gives us a little more flexibility in case someone does snipe it. And then it was just sitting there at 0.2, and we were both kind of messing each other at the same time. And then you put that thread on Twitter, and we just decided, hey, O-Head's sitting there. It's got good bloodline, solid runner. Why not give it a go?
Yeah, I was saying to our guy Reggie, who's bought a bunch of horses from Arbitrage.Run, that like, if it was the Evergreen one, like, it would have been so painful. Like, I would have been happy for him, That's why that's why everybody's breeding right now, is to go after that, low percentage shot at a super breed. But God, it would have been so painful having to click send.
Got to do it, and we probably will. Breed enough to where we're going to be selling that, and that's honestly better for the game if we're selling those. So.
Yeah, well, and that's something too, Kevin, before we dive in on this Griffin, which if you guys have unraced horses sitting around, get ready to help us fill the Griffin that we're going to throw Super Seed into. But yeah, I think it's interesting that you can't see, you do see Super Breed right away, because we've talked about this a lot before it was released, like how that affects the aftermarket. And of course, secondary price of Super Breeds is going to be outrageous. I don't know how it affects all other horses, but I think that is the benefit of, something like we've created at Arbitrage.Run, is you can book those breeds and you get that shot at a lower price. It's going to be priced in that chance, that low percentage chance that you hit the super breed, but you don't have to pay that guarantee. You get the lottery chance by booking one with another stable like us, or a lot of the other big stables that will be pre-booking breeds, right?
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting, like, where these things all end up. Like, is there a chance this one just hits a super variance roll, which isn't that calculated in the leveling, and it becomes like a C2 horse that actually cannot get to C1, at least at this point? What if it spits out like a 450? That would be a good signal that it's a ton of variance there, but it also means a beast can't get to C1 at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's going to be really interesting to see how this one works, because like I was thinking that it would be basing it the starting level off of like exclusive. And so like this horse, like expected starting level for this horse, if it wasn't a super breed, would be somewhere in like the 450 type range, 470. It would be a C2 horse almost. I guess I wouldn't say almost certainly. There's a chance it ends up at low level C1. So I would have expected, just gut this to be like a 520 level horse or something like that, maybe 530. Dan Chan thinks it's going to be like 600. I mean, I guess we're just all blindly speculating here, right? What's your guess?
I was thinking like high 550s. I've come down on that. I would say like 535 would be my guess. And if it is like 570, that probably means it's a BA boost, which I don't really love, to be honest. I'd almost rather see like a 540 to 550 than a 580, if that makes any sense.
Wow. Okay. So Acapulc, if that's how you say it, is saying in the chat that Facundo supposedly said that starting level can't be lower than either parent with a super breed. I was not aware of that.
We are so much smarter with chat.
Yeah.
We should do live every time.
I think we might have to. I mean, we're gonna have to. It's gonna be a little bit more clunky because I try to clean it up a little bit when Kevin says stuff that he shouldn't, which is all the time. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I think we should. This is fun having people in the chat. Appreciate you guys coming. Subscribe to the new Twitch channel and the YouTube if you haven't already. Do we want to dive in on this Griffin right now, Kevin?
Yeah, let's get it going so we can get it filled. We know these things crawl along. So we are looking at, you probably could have guessed, the NASCAR Stakes, which is a 1600. I'm going to go ahead and throw Super Seed in there. It's going to be for a 12. There's some time.
I got the screen share on here so people can see.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, jump in there. It's probably going to fill pretty quick. There's Super Seed. We should talk about this name because people were saying this name was terrible. We asked for names out on Twitter and did a little giveaway contest. We love this name. It's got some deeper meanings that I think are maybe going over people's head a little bit. Kevin, you want to explain why we chose this name?
I mean, of course, right? There's the sperm pun, right? Like
yeah, right? Semen.
A nice like B grade semen pun, which I mean, for us, that's
we're childish.
That's enough alone, but. We also did like the pun on the word supersede, right? Which is obviously to like overpass or kind of surpass the current guard. And I think that's fitting potentially for a super breed. And then there's obviously it rhymes with super breed. So I don't know, checked a lot of the boxes for me.
Right.
Supersede diamonds, I guess.
Yeah, super diamond. I mean, I'm surprised that name wasn't taken, to be honest. But Supersede, as in SUPERSEDE, is that because it's like you're saying supersede, it just sounds like supersede, the name that we actually named it. But that's the pun that I think is going over people's heads. So we appreciate.
It filled.
Wow. It filled already. Wow, here we go.
Must be something if we don't have flames.
Oh, I'm not on our account here. Let's see, where is it at? I mean, it's got to have flames if it's got that starting level.
Got to, right? And at the no distance preference distance.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, we got flame. All the Queen's horses with the Z10 Finney has flames. Bane of my existence. And then Keith Crimson Racing, F in the dark. That's his new F in the chat. Kid that he just bred. I think he said yesterday. Got the other flame. Who else we got in here? MB Stables with the Z20 Finney. We got two fools with Smooth Talking Huckster, Z7 knock. Chicago Stables, Sample Gates. We got a Festus Force. Everybody's out for this. Yeah. Thanks for diving in, guys. We got Chateau Stud Farm in here with a Z32 Butte. This is going to be fun. Okay, I better pull it up. We've only got a minute left here.
F in the dark could be good. That Z number, that perceived variance, it should be pretty good.
Yeah, F in the chat. I was just saying to Keith yesterday, has bred pretty well. My brother-in-law has one that he bred from our old horse, Ignorance Bay. It's called F in the Bay. That is like right sitting at the top of class 2. It's got awesome variants. And that was from F in the chat.
Well, we got ZED.run live. The new Twitch channel is watching. So no pressure. Make sure you're buttoned up, Donkey.
I'm not wearing pants.
No more conspiracy talk.
Okay, so we don't see the level until after the race, right?
Yeah.
That'll be the grand reveal. And then should we announce what we're going to do after this? Or we're still going to be able to do that, right?
Let me talk to my people real quick. I don't know if it's going to be during this, but it's going to be happening today.
Okay. Well, we'll just announce. Dan said that he could set up a 1v1 with the super breed versus diamonds. So hopefully we can do it on the stream.
Yep. That'll be cool. Cool to watch either way. There's just like so much that can happen with that 1v1, right? Like it could be A+ run versus A+, or they could both tank. Who knows? But all right, I see we're off. We're going 2D. Your computer can't handle.
Oh, I'm on 2D. I gotta switch.
The music is blaring.
Let's turn the
Does
music
anybody
off.
actually listen to the music when they watch that? Can't imagine.
There we go. Amateur hour here. This is our first time, guys.
No editing is going to save you this time.
No. I mean, I'll post it over on YouTube too. I'll do a little editing before that, make us look a little better. All right, so we got Super Seed here, 1200. We're not really race announcers. We should get Zook on here.
Yeah, we are way out of our lane.
Yeah,
broadcasting races. It's like glitchy, which means the 2D is probably faster. So chat may know before we do. In terms,
don't spoil it, guys. I'm not gonna look at the chat. So what else should we talk about here, Kevin? Wait, we want to talk about the breeding minimums that were raised, the stud fee minimums. We also wanted to talk about the other super breed master of chance.
I don't think anybody's listening to you right now, Donkey. Everybody's just
700 meters left.
Race. You're like that announcer who's just talking through a big moment.
Is it? Yeah, is it like who is the guy that?
Oh, there's a break. It's not like a god break. The purple horse the pink horse may have him.
Yeah, that feels like just a high base ability kind of grinding run, doesn't it?
Yeah, we'll see if it can hold off this Festus kid. Probably has some variants. Looks good. Looks like it's got that. All right. I think we got it. Super Seed. This is electric content, I'm sure. Just
yes, yeah. Super Seed. So Super Seed took it. Yes. Royal Festus took second. Who took third?
Now we get levels.
All right, let me go back to the other screen.
Ooh, we have the level. We have the level.
566. Who had 566 out there?
That's pretty in line with what people were saying. I think like if you took the average of what people were guessing, it was in that 550, 560 range. Better
throw it in another race, right?
That's right. I mean, how much do we test this thing right now? Do we want to? We got to try to qualify it for the 6 gate, right?
Yeah, just throw it in at $25 right away.
Who's with me? All right. Let me get on this. So how do you feel about 566?
It's higher than I expected, but so let me see what. Let me share the Z lead tab. Well, O-head was like a 540 starting level, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
540 something.
Yeah,
it's higher than
I expected.
The $1,605 to start, just because it looks like it's gonna fill pretty quick.
Let me find it. Class 1, 1,600.
Let me try to find one to like really
this
push
one.
It. It's the
Montreal Stakes. Montreal Stakes. I got it.
Delicious.
Oh, I'm not on this one. There we go. With Sandy Soldier and Big Lies in it. So 3 gates left there. Kevin, while we wait,
I'm going to do this 2,000 winner take all as well, just to spread the wealth. Actually, yeah, why not? Because 2,000 should not be its best. So flames there would be encouraging, though. Like 566 is pretty high level, so you'd almost expect flames.
Screen just went black. Okay. 2,000. What's the name of the 2,000?
Hold on 1 second. I got it spinning right now.
Here we go. It's the one.
It was like 4 of 6.
There we go. Glass stroke. Yeah, New Zealand International. There's 1 gate left here. Somebody wants to jump in. Okay, let's while we wait for those 2 to run, we'll try to catch those. Let's talk real quick about Master of Chance here. So I think this is really interesting, Kevin. Nakamoto's only had the first super breed. It was, by my math, I think it was about the number 175th breed after they reopened Stud Farm after the update.
Mm-hmm.
And then ours, just for reference, I think was around the 650th. So rough math, right? That's like 0.3% chance if you're just basing it off that really small sample, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you think it's going to settle in at?
I think you're gonna see it step function a little bit. We're like Genesis. I don't know, call it. I have no idea. One of 250, and then you have like maybe legendary Genesis, one of 300. You would hope even like the bottom end can get it with some success, like one of 500. Because like those are going to be interesting, right? Like if you have, it almost doesn't matter if they're less frequent because when they hit, they're not going to be as high level, which means they're not going to like break the game as hard. So you'll have a killer in like class 3. So I'd hope it's like no less than like 1 out of 500 even for those, but who knows?
Yeah, I think that's a key here is that the even if they are more frequent than people expected, a good portion of them are going to end up being like class 2 horses still, because
Mm-hmm.
people more breeding is going to be happening on the low end than the high end. Although, that's something to talk about with the new stud fees. I don't know that that's actually going to end up being true in the short term, right? Because like the new base minimum stud fees really do incentivize breeding with Genesis, don't they?
Yeah, no, that is true. Because I mean, there's a lot more drop off in going down the chain with the cap they put on it to where like the minimums don't quite align with that. They are flexible, I'm sure. Maybe they'll tweak it a bit, but I also think it's somewhat intentional to not have like the ecosystem continue to be flooded with these just shots of I don't know $10 breeding. Like they'd rather I think you buy a horse for 10 than like increase the amount of horses out there.
Yeah, I think that's it. There's just so many horses available, and like I've said out on Twitter, like there's so many horses with variance and distance preference at really low price points, like literally 0.01 ETH available every day. I see them being posted just because the larger stables have such high standards and time is so limited, and it's like just trying to clean up the stable and get rid of the spare pieces for whatever they can to continue to breed more and stuff like that. So at this stage in the game, I think that was the intention. I understand there's some people upset by these. I mean, any change, right? There's going to be people upset and people that like it. I think there was smaller stables feel like this was a ding to them because they can no longer, breed the cheap Buterin Genesis that they have, or legendaries or exclusives like really cheap for $10 or $5 in house used to be the thing, and that was a fun part of the game, and that's been taken out. So I totally get that point of view. But I try to look at like what was the team's intention behind doing that, and I think it's pretty clear here that they're trying to incentivize people to breed with Genesis and bring that value back to Genesis that everybody was asking for. So it's kind of like you want to bring the value back to Genesis, but then at the same time, you want your cake and you want to have your cake and eat it too to be able to breed cheap. But in order to bring that value back, I think something like this maybe was necessary. Was their thinking in the short term until we have a larger user base and all of these legendaries are being scooped up every month because they're landing in class 1 and class 1 incentives are right. Is that making sense?
Yep, and it's a Genesis boost. I mean, I think that it helps the Genesis apples to apples. All right, but
Is our
the
racer running yet?
should be popping soon. Before you do that, I just want to like give a little context on like what we're looking for here. So 6 gates are interesting, where flames may not actually be a good thing if we are hoping for variance, right? Like you have no flames. See, like that is actually a good thing. Like I'm pumped about that because if you have a variant source, very frequently in a 6 gate, they do not flame. And with that level advantage, I think it's the top or tied for the top, and perceivably no distance preference. This should be a flame all day if you have 566 only on base ability. So there's something likely going on with variance there with no flames. So genuinely, I would prefer no flames in this field than getting flames.
And we have no idea what this horse is because we don't know how super breeds work. Like theoretically, we could have hit the ancestry poll on one of those diamonds donkey parents that everybody's rooting for. Like we get it. Nobody wants us to have another good horse. And like literally all of Zed is rooting for this horse to suck. Totally cool. I'd be rooting for the same thing if I was on the other side. But we really, just because it's got a 566, if Facundo has said, and if that's true, what we read in the chat here, that it had to be a higher level than OHEAD, which was the lower of the two starting level 540. Even if it pulled the ancestry, it could be 566 and be glue still, right, Kevin?
I mean, it's still possible. Maybe it pulled a sprint distance preference from somewhere, and like 2016 isn't really the best. We'll see. I mean, you would hope for really anything but like a fourth or third here. If we're overreacting to one race, like a first or sixth, that's the dream.
Okay, so we got a minute left here, a minute and 20 seconds.
One other thing before we go into that. So Dan Chan just mentioned the 1v1 is happening in 11 minutes. So it's on
nice.
the site, the Diamonds Dynasty race, as he called it. So that'll be fun, just as a spectacle.
The superseding of diamonds.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, we got a minute left until this race. So I don't know. The live streaming is hard, man. I wanted to talk about Master of Chance, the first one, and then got pulled over to our stud fee minimum talk. We got a minute. We got a minute to start this conversation at least. So this one is coming from two Z1s of Nakamoto's only. They're not like champion horses or anything like that, not Diamonds caliber racers. They have some ability, obviously. I mean, we got a 9% win rate here and a 13% win rate here. Not a whole lot of variance in this pair, right? So I don't think it could have hit the variance end of the super breed. It could have been a stability super breed, or based on them having kind of sprint distance preference, it could be the sprint super breed, right? Is that your understanding?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, once again, it's mostly speculation at this point, but that's how I understood the way they described it.
Okay, I'm pulling up the race here. So it started with a high level, 573. It lost a flame, and we'll pull that up after this race runs in a 1206 gate, which I think because we're pretty confident, right, that it didn't have the variance super breed. It likely either got the stability one or the sprint distance preference super breed. That's not good that it lost that flame in the 1200. As your kind of your narrative for this one on Super Seed losing this flame here and this 6 gate being good because of variance. We just don't think that breed, there's any way, based on our understanding of super breeds and what's been explained, could have the variance roll. So you really wanted to see a breed, a flame in that 1200, right?
Yeah, and like 12s are different too. Like a good leveled variance horse is going to flame more often in 12s than like 6s, just because it's a lower threshold to reach those top 3 of podium rates gets you flames. Like in a
I lose you, Kevin? I think we lost Kevin. All right, well, let's watch the race while we're waiting for... Oh, you're there still?
just talking to myself.
Gotcha. What were you saying? I couldn't hear you.
Oh, let's see the break. Gosh, can you zoom out? Let's see.
Yeah, we're off the screen. There we go.
Well, that's slow. That's really slow.
We're falling back?
That is slow. That's a 6th all day. Unless that one at the top is crawling as well.
That's Uncanny Hurricane, which is Bob, Award Racing's 3.0 breed.
See, this is like what you would expect, as we described early on, with like the no flames, right? So that's good news. We have the 2000s popping off right now too. Probably should have staggered those a little better.
Okay, we'll find. You didn't know they were going to fill so fast. Let's see. Where's the 2000? I think I got to refresh here. So early results concerning for the rest of Zed that we probably did get the diamonds roll here. Is that your very small sample analysis, Kevin?
It seems like there's the variance roll. I mean, it's not like it's still going to have its middle of the road finishes, but we need to see like a 1612 gate, like impressive flame for me to feel good about that. Like 6s kind of tell you what it isn't, but then 12s tell you what it is.
We missed it. 5th place.
5th. Wow. All right. One
anticlimactic there.
1/8. So I'm trying to look for a more difficult 12, which don't really fill on days like this. I guess we should clarify.
Okay, while you find that one, let me find the 1v1. Let's see, screen share. Pull that 1v1 up. So it should be in here, probably at the bottom. So Master of Chance. What's your early read on this horse?
I mean, it seems like a solid sprinter who kind of got a like 40 level boost, right? Like I think if you saw this horse and it popped out as a 525 or whatever, it wouldn't make a ton of noise. But the fact that it has already basically had, I don't know, 2 months of grinding and got it to 573 makes it more impressive initially. I don't know if it has the variance to do a ton in 12s, but I mean, with all these double up formats or top half advance and the 6 gate, I would expect that to be where it flourishes, either 1,000 or 12. You would want to see flames, like you said, in that 12 gate if it had the elite upside. But I don't know. I didn't analyze that race. I don't know who outflamed it, but if it's like 3 beasts, then the upside's still there. But that's my assessment. You've got a good 6 gate and double up style sprinter.
So it lost the flames to Immortal Duchess, Turing Machine, and Milk Bar Tour. So Milk Bar Tour and Immortal Duchess. Immortal Duchess is not great, right? 562.
Yeah, it's really
a lot.
In a 12, if you see the lower level horses outflaming you, it either means you're running at a suboptimal distance and they are running at their distance, or they have more variance or DP than you. So that's how I think of like who outflamed who in a 12 gate. A lot of it has to do with variance if you're both running at your best distance.
Gotcha. All right. Did you find another race?
No, I wanted to give you my full and undivided attention.
Sorry, it's really hard doing 2 things at once here.
And we do have the 1v1 coming up in 5 minutes, so we'll
5 minutes.
Make
I'll
sure
pull that
up. Dan Shen pulled strings to make that happen. Should be a good watch.
Now, there's not like a whole lot that you can gather from any 1v1, really, right?
No, but it's fun. It's fun to watch. Things we don't see that often. I don't know. Has there been a parent offspring 1v1 yet? Maybe Blood Duchess, Immortal Duchess. I don't know if that's happened, but might be breaking ground here.
I am so I'm going on the Knights of Degen. I think they're streaming it on, right? You were on it last week, the stable duels.
Mm-hmm.
I think Keith is going to try to get them to, or Doughboy is going to try to get them to swap in Super Seed for one of the matchups, so we can see it in another Limelight 1v1. We'll see if that happens, but that's going to be tonight at, I think, 8 Eastern. Is that when it started, when you did it?
Yeah, it was 8-ish.
Yeah. So tune in for that if you guys are around. It'll be fun. We're going up against Crimson Keith tonight.
Yeah, still licking my wounds from when Doughboy put the beat down on me in those lower classes. So
I never ended up watching it. I told you weren't going to spoil it, and I was going to watch it the next day, and then I saw Doughboy bragging on Twitter, and I was like,
as he should.
I'm not gonna. I can't watch. It's too painful.
We took it to 7. It was great content, but got to take the L there.
All right, so we're gonna find another race here.
Yeah, there's a 1600 double up, which once again it could be one of those with these double up fields right now. You get a bunch of these stable horses where flames.
I mean, we can probably fill a new one with the people that are watching. We've got quite a few viewers here.
Yeah. Let me use the handy dandy filters. If only there was a 12 gate filter. That'd be nice. Maybe someday. Paid. We'll do 16.
There's one that's at 0 of 12. The NASCAR stakes.
Want to test it? Yeah. Yeah, we'll do $2. Keep it that way. If we want to try this one, so NASCAR stakes $2, 1,600.
Help us fill this one, guys. Okay, so Kevin, the other item that we wanted to discuss here while we're waiting for some more action was the new best of format, right? What's your early takeaway on that?
I love the idea. I think it opens up a whole new type of game theory and ways to use stamina and not use stamina. I think how they did it yesterday, there were some lessons learned there where the tie break for free was races run, which just doesn't make any sense. You had people vying for tie breaks, running their horses to 1 stamina just to have that. So it almost should work the opposite way. An 89 max score is more impressive with the min races than it is using 20. So I think they'll tweak that. It'll be interesting for paids too, because it does reinforce you kind of going back and keep on running and keep stimulating the paid racing economy. It takes away from it a lot when you do that with the free races, because once again, how are you going to use your stamina if paids aren't incentivized with the expected value on top of it being the tournament? They're going to die, and you're just going to have everybody using all their stamina to max out their chances of getting in that free tourney.
Right. If there's no paid tournament going on and you've just got a free best of, literally use all of your stamina on the free one and just try to keep slamming them in 20 races if you get the jump on it and are able to get the double dip, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think the exciting part to me about the best of format, and if people aren't familiar with it, I think most people watching are. It's like they did best of yesterday, and it was just take your best 3 races out of however many. I think the exciting part to me is if we go back to a 3-day tournament, or I don't know if they'll do week long again, because people felt that was kind of a grind, and I don't necessarily disagree. But if you got a 3-day and you say 10 best or something like that over 3 days,
Sure.
then you don't have people parking their horses like we used to see in the daily tournaments, which was, it really, anything that boosts the volume of paid racing is good for the ecosystem, because that will get the really good horses tired and open up space for lower end horses to compete and be profitable, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and eventually they'll probably have concurrent tournaments where you have a free one going on, you have a paid one going on, and both are best of.
I think
You're
next
going to
week
really
there's
have
one.
to think about it. Yeah, exactly. So that's going to do wonders for having horses that should be running in free tournaments running free. Otherwise, you're going to be sacrificing your ability to place well in the paid.
All right, so we got 900 meters left here in this head-to-head. Good news, Kevin. We got a flame.
Thank goodness. That would have been tragic. Impressive, almost.
The first ever, yeah. 2-horse, 2-gate, 2-horse. What do we call it? Two gate.
I want to see
Head-to-head.
like an extreme gap here. I want to see either like an exact tie or like a 5-second gap between these two.
Preferably Super Seed winning by
Super Seed's got it. Yeah.
10 seconds.
Super Seed won, but now we have no idea if that's a donkey run from Diamonds or not. But yeah,
it's something.
Diamonds taken down. We're gonna assume they both had their A+ run, and Super Seed's just better. But
yes, I think that's safe to say at this point. We got a sample of 3 regular races and 1 head-to-head.
Right. Padding the stat sheet there.
All right. Well, that was fun. Thanks for thanks to Dan for setting that up. Yeah, Diamonds Dynasty. Awesome. Okay, so did that other race fill, Kevin?
It feels like quick.
Awesome.
We gotta be careful here. I think we need to hold off on the 12s because we got to make sure we get the 5, 6 gates, and we've already used 3 non-6 gate races, so we got to use the other 5 for 6s. We've already used 2, so it doesn't look like she's qualifying anyways. We've I think gotten like a 5th and a 6th, so not the best start for our top 2 turning.
Let's see, where is it?
It's still scheduling.
Okay. Anything else you wanted to talk about here, Kevin?
I
can't remember if we had anything else on our list.
No, I mean we can.
You know what? I forgot. We're gonna have Facundo on next week. He's been dodging us. We tried to get him probably like 3 or 4 months ago, and they totally shot us down. And said that they weren't taking any more appearances. And then of course he jumped on with Dan and the Aussies and dodged us again. So we finally pinned him down. He's coming on. If you guys have any questions, I guess we can do kind of a Twitter thread and take the best couple, because I'm sure people will have some questions regarding new stud fee minimum, super breeds, the future of the game and all that kind of stuff, right?
Absolutely.
So
that was fun. Kind of buried the lead there, didn't we?
Yeah, it was at the top of my list, but we're kind of all over the place today, figuring out how to do this live stream stuff. We'll try to improve on our fluidity here as we go.
Slippery, that Facundo. That's funny. Yeah. So it's up. Looks like we got flames.
Nice. Let me pull up the field. I didn't even see who else was in it. Is this one right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I'd say, like, once again, analyzing these flames, it's like Hail Caesar getting flames as a 552, and that's a like
A lot
super
of variance.
course.
Yeah.
Tells me like it doesn't give us a ton of information on how good Super Seed is. Like if you're the lowest level horse that's has variance in flaming, that tells you like you've got some of the best variance in that field. It doesn't tell you a ton when you're like the second highest level in the race in flaming.
I haven't been paying attention to the chat. Any good questions out there?
No, just some classic reactions. Yeah, Lupo has a good point. Like, why not throw diamonds in the same race? We could just like try a custom race. We'll probably break terms. So I don't want to get banned, but we could have a 6 gate and just throw all of our horses in there and just really see what it's got. But I won't do that, at least on live stream.
Lubo had another good point. He said, Kev, use some of that racing profit from last month to upgrade from dial-up.
Yeah, I'm like my router is like 2 feet away. It's crazy. We gotta tell the fiance to stop working for a bit, killing my bandwidth.
Yeah, just kick her out for the live stream. That'll go over well.
That's right.
Oh, King Trippy's in the house. What's up, man? All right.
It's this like the live format in racing is just like so fun because you realize the potential of this game when you see how quickly the races fill when you re-implement the fun aspect of Zed, right? Like when it's in a social setting, people like doing paid races. It's fun. It's like DGenny, but it becomes so like tunnel vision when you're in your own house, just like clicking buttons and not getting any reaction from the races. There's no like camaraderie of it. But when you're in a live stream, it really like shows the potential of this game.
Right, that future of potentially going down to the local bar and getting some Zed streams up on the screen with your friends and being total degenerates, or the casino, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, that's the dream.
I've said it before when I when I went out to Vegas with the two fools and Hux and Larod from Legendary Stables. We had such a blast doing the live events, and I think it'll only be better if we do get to the point where we can go back to doing that. Because from my understanding, Zed kind of pulled the plug just because they weren't really ready for the marketing that was going on and the investment in marketing at that stage, which I think we've talked about a lot. But if we go back to that now with the updates that have been made, the ability to explain how Zed works now with the leveling and improving your horse is just so much easier. Like you don't even know where to start with the old game on explaining it to a new user. You know what I mean? Like the excitement's there still watching the race, but then trying to explain the point of the game was just very difficult.
Yeah, it was almost counterintuitive at times. Yeah, it's much more marketable today than it was 6 months ago. It's not there yet. I think everybody would admit that, but yeah, we're on the right path. Entered one more 6 gate. If it tanks this one, I'm going to give up on that dream. I put it in chat.
All right, we're off.
We got to put a. Should we put a skin on Super C? We got to think about what she'll run best in.
Maybe I really like the Mexico Metaverse Cup skin. I think that one's on Supreme Boom right now.
Yeah,
I think that was my favorite of the
like purpley pink one.
Yeah, yeah, dark. The dark one is like black purple.
Yeah, that's sharp.
So we got Super Seed down here at the bottom. Two Fools got their Z1 blinking. You'll miss it here. That horse is interesting. I've been kind of watching that one because it's got quite a bit of variance for a Z1 mid, and they've been grinding that level up. I think that horse could be a really nice mid.
Yeah, that'd be like we have Publisher and Ruling Legend, where if we had actually like put the work in, that's a very good example of that. What it could look like.
Well, we're putting a lot of work in other places.
Yeah. We are not
so much time.
So now it's like, are we slower than this red horse? Oh my, that's a great run from old Blink.
Yeah.
So now we're just
got it right.
I would prefer this red horse to just fall down so we can get our 12th. I don't think we're gonna get it though. I think it's an 11th.
Who's the red horse?
the red horse that's laying is like it's
this
gonna
one.
last. Yeah,
Grand Passage.
still good though. Like there's honestly there's not much difference in a 11th and a 12th in terms of proving variance.
It's more about the gap in times, right?
Yeah, and like you can't look into one race too much, but yeah, we're happy to see that. It hasn't been that donkey mid finish yet, but like even those, like today's favorite's a really good example where that horse is about as used as it gets. And like six, they happen. Like they're gonna happen probably. I don't know. That mid range is gonna happen even like 30% of the time on these U shapers. So we're over analyzing every race, but so far so good.
That's what you do when you get a new horse.
That's the fun of the game, yeah. But yeah, great run from Two Fools.
Yeah, congrats. Blink and you'll miss it's up to what 558. I actually thought it was a little bit higher. They may have been laying off the gas, slacking a little bit, as I thought that horse was going to be in like the 560s by now.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin, anything else you want to discuss here? We're at like 40 minutes now, so I think we can probably wrap it since we'll just be kind of floundering around the longer we go.
Yeah, it was a successful unboxing, I'd say. Still don't know exactly what it is, but we'll try to figure that out later today. But yeah, super pumped about it. Obviously, hopefully you guys enjoyed the live stream. Might be something we do. I don't know about every week, but we should definitely make it at least like a monthly thing, right?
Yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy having the interaction. It's definitely more difficult having all these different things to kind of keep track of. And sometimes when I do a screen share and record it, it's like, you know what, we're just going to cut this part out because I'm like trying to get the screens up. So appreciate you guys hanging with us here. We'll try to refine it. I do like the live stream now that we've got Twitch. So go ahead and subscribe to this Twitch channel and our YouTube, and we'll try to do it. It seems like Twitch is better for the live streams than YouTube. So, they're lost. They didn't approve us quick enough. So we'll just do our live streams on Twitch and put the recorded shows up there on YouTube. But thanks for coming out, everybody. Appreciate it. Sorry, this horse is, it appears probably good. I don't know. I feel guilty having gotten this horse so early in super breeds. I said to you, Kevin, like before we did this breed, is like, it's really a good thing that we didn't get that first super breed. And then we get the second one. It's no better.
Dude, I'm terrified when we breed Ready Set Boom this cycle that like if we happen to get one, it's just gonna look so bad. But
well, we should tell the community here up front. We had breed deals with Ready Set Boom already in place, so we're not getting two of them, and we have a deal with Mutant Labs on Star Strider for the third one. And if it's a female, we get it. If it's a male, he gets it this cycle. So we may not be getting any, but if it's a Star Strider female super breed, like the universe just wants Zed to burn, really.
Yep, that's right. That would be terrifying. Even if it was like a Rendezvous Peak RSB one, Iceberg would just win the game if that's the case. That would be, I mean, it would be a 620 level marathoner.
King Trippy's talking about him and I when we went to NYC NFT and we went out and played Bayonne with one of his friends, like really nice golf club, legit golf club. Like it's not a country club. It's like just golf, like old money type stuff. And the guy asked what we do. And I was like, we race digital horse. We manage a digital horse racing stable. The guy actually, he reacted like surprisingly like, okay. It's kind of like when we were golfing down in Florida, Kevin, and the caddy asked us. His reaction was like, yeah, that makes sense.
They're asking about like Bitcoin, Ethereum tips. And we're just like, yeah.
No, the one caddy told us to buy Ethereum, remember?
Hey, and it like probably right? Like I think the price was like 1,100 at that point. So we should have listened a little harder, it looks like.
No brainer, yeah. Okay, guys, thanks for coming out. We really do appreciate it. Sorry we got a super breed. We'll try not to break the game. The thing is, Kevin, like Facundo wanted us to give it away. He told you to raffle it off. I would have given it some consideration. I know that you're too competitive, but the thing is, like, we may not get another super breed for like a year, depending on how rare these are. And we're going to be selling a lot of our breeds and give other people a chance. So like, it really would have stung to give that one away, have it be better than any of our horses, and then not get another super breed for 6 to 12 months, right?
Yeah. And the way I look at it, like that horse was sitting there, like that breed was sitting there in the stud farm for like a minute and nobody wanted diamonds at 0.2. So we took it at 0.2 and that's kind of get lucky.
If you see our conversation, we thought that was going to go instantly. We didn't think that third one was going to be sitting there. But okay, we'll stop babbling on here. We could talk about Zed all day, and we will on the next show, I'm sure. Catch us on the YouTube show. We won't do the live stream with Facundo on Twitch in case he says something he shouldn't. We have to edit it out. But we will be posting it over on YouTube next Thursday in the US. It's going to be February 2nd. We'll be posting that show with Facundo. We'll post something on Twitter. If anybody has any questions or anything they want us to ask Facundo, we'll take the top couple questions off of Twitter. Again, you can follow us on Twitter. Kevin is at Arbitrage.Run with no G. I'm at Zed Diamond Hands. You can follow the Arbitrage.Run account where we post all these shows on Twitter. The Arbitrage.Run YouTube channel. You can subscribe there. Subscribe to this Twitch channel that we're streaming on right now. And come find us on Arbitrage.Run. We lowered all of our breeding minimum bids recently with the lowered demand. So come on over, place a bid, and we'll do a breed for you. All right, Kevin, have a good one, man. Good talking to you.
Thanks. See you guys.